find out why he dialed and dialed. Don't touch that dial. The testimony continues.
4 days later after we broke up.
4 days after you two broke up?
4 days after we broke up, she got married.
Racking up $900 phone bills. Listen.
I'm kind of important, you know.
You're kind of what?
I'm important.
How are you important that you need to rack up five? Because I'm not that important. I never have been, and I never will be. So I want to know I want to know your secret, because I want to be you. Tell me all about it. How are you so important that you should rack up a $500 cell bill?
Because I'm
Because you got to talk to your pal while you're visiting girly sites?
Not him. I'm making my way into the music industry, so it's like I'm busy talking to like managers, rappers, and stuff like that.
I thought you were busy talking to your pal while you're sitting there on the computer sites, looking at the weird and unusual.
That was bad, but you know.
And what did you do when the bill came in?
I told him about it, and I told him that he needs to pay it.
He says that the agreement that the two of you had was that you would be paying bills
No.
while he stayed home and watched the child,
That
and
was
you
not
went to
the
school
agreement.
full-time and worked full-time. First of all, did you have that agreement with him?
I said I would go do it for a while, then he would have to go to work.
How long was a while?
A half year.
And what half a year was that? From when to when?
Last year,
But when?
like September to February,
Okay.
tournament ending.
And when was this phone bill incurred?
Last year.
Okay, during the agreement?
Yeah.
Okay. So he says he doesn't have to pay this phone bill because it was during the agreement. It was one of the bills you should pay.
No, he have to pay that phone bill.
Well, But why isn't he right, given what you've just testified? If you've just testified to me that you had an agreement with... By the way, who has a kid now?
I do.
Have you always had the kid?
Yes. No, we were living together for 6.5 years. She just recently moved down. It just happened.
How long ago did she move out?
August 12th.
Are you visiting with your child?
Yeah.
And the child isn't with... You chose to have this arrangement where he keeps the child. Why?
Well, found me an apartment.
And you haven't found an apartment yet?
No.
Where are you living? Are you living in a shelter?
Right. Yeah.
Do you have are you living in a shelter with a boyfriend?
With my husband, yeah.
With your husband? You married him?
Yeah, 4 days later after we broke up.
4 days after you two broke up?
4 days after we broke up, she got married.
Was it 4 days after you broke up with him?
Nah, I broke up with him a year ago.
Oh,
You broke up with him a year ago?
Yeah, I let him know, but he thought I was joking.
I don't understand, but you're all still living in the same house?
Yeah, because I didn't have nowhere else to go.
You talking about laying in the same
I don't know,
bed
I
for
sort
a
of
whole
mean-
year extra.
Say that again?
I said laying in the bed with me for a whole year extra.
Yeah,
She's
like,
married.
How was he supposed to know? Were you covering up really well by still sharing the boyfriend-girlfriend bed? I mean, I don't understand. You know,